This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee.
By now, you know Alessia Cara won for Best New Artist at the Grammys.
SZA got
people
robbed.
Were upset about that and saying that she's not a new artist. Her songs came out in 2015.
That's a fact. Her debut album came out in 2015.
Now, she has been getting a lot of backlash, people telling her that she sucks, death threats and everything on social media, and she posted, "To address the apparent backlash regarding winning something I had no control over, I didn't log on to Grammy.com and submit myself. That's not how it works. I didn't ask to be submitted either because there are other artists that deserve the acknowledgement, but I was nominated and won, and I'm not going to be upset about something I've wanted since I was a kid, not to mention have worked really hard for. I meant everything I said about everyone deserving the same shot." Now, she goes on to say, "I will not let everything I've worked for be diminished by people taking offense to my accomplishments and feeling the need to tell me how much I suck. Here's something fun. I've been thinking I suck since I was old enough to know what sucking meant. I beat you to it, and
Whoa.
that's why this means a lot to me. Despite my 183,625 insecurities, I've been shown that what I created is worth something and that people actually give a ish. All of the years feeling like I wasn't good at anything or that I was naive for dreaming about something improbable have paid off in a way that I have yet to process. I know it sounds cheesy and dumb, but it's the honest truth. Thanks to everyone who showed me kindness and support along the way. I'll stop talking now."
Well, too much explaining, Alessia. You won. First of all, Alessia Cara is very talented. Do I think SZA got robbed? Yes. But why are you focusing on the people who just have an opinion and think that it should have went to SZA?
Well,
why not focus on the people that are showing you love and saying yes?
She's not even
Congratulations.
saying just the people that said it should have went to SZA, just in general. And I can see she's 21 years old. People are telling her she sucks. She's getting death threats. And it's been overwhelming.
So what?
So it is
I
hard
won.
when you won something. It's easy to say, but and she talks about her insecurities and not even thinking this would ever be possible. And people can be very cruel, as we know. So I know
Man,
it's difficult
you won,
for her.
Alessia Cara. Throw that trophy up.
Yeah, congrats to her.
Wipe
She
your
won.
tears with some money. You'll be fine.
But there's nothing wrong with her addressing the backlash if she feels like she needs to do
She's
that.
actually feeding the trolls, and that just makes the trolls go harder. Nobody cares about your feelings on social media. When will y'all realize this?
All right. Well, she said her piece. And then she's an artist. She expresses herself. That's what she was doing. Now let's talk about Nicole, Eggert, and Scott Baio from Charles in Charge. Now there's these allegations that she has brought up. She was on Megyn Kelly's show, and she was also on with Dr. Oz. And Dr. Oz, actually, she recorded that interview quite some time ago. And they decided not to air it because they said they had issues with her timeline. Well, they have gone ahead and decided to air that interview after all. The show was filmed January 10th. They got a cease and desist from Scott Baio's lawyer, and now they have aired it. And here is some of what Nicole Eggert had to say about being on Charles in Charge and Scott Baio molesting her.
How old were you?
17.
So that would make Scott 28.
27, 28, somewhere in there.
And did you tell anybody?
No. And in fact, I didn't even tell the boyfriend I got after that, who was my age. I think he believes that it was my first time. And the older I got, the more shame came into play. Wow. And the more people asked me in my personal life, didn't you date Scott Baio, or aren't you dating Scott Baio? It was like, oh my God, no. And it wasn't until I was an adult that I thought, that is the strangest question. And that people just honestly asked, and that they seemed to be okay with it.
All right. Well, She goes on to talk about on Megyn Kelly's show. She says that he, can I say finger?
He digitally penetrated.
When she was 14, and she said ultimately she had sex with him at 17. Now, Scott Baio has defended himself. He says these are false allegations. He said he only had sex with her after she turned 18. He did a whole Facebook post saying that she was lying, and he said he posted the letter that was sent to the Dr. Oz show when she attempted to pitch her story to them. He said after they reviewed this evidence of her deceit, which is not only in her own words, but actually in her own voice, they canceled the planned show. Other media has since done the same. And he said that she started tweeting about this again last year, shortly after the major stories broke about sexual harassment in entertainment. My attorney sent her and Alex Polinsky a letter advising and requesting they take their allegations to law enforcement for a full investigation. They have refused to do so. Now,
this is so crazy to me simply because I thought Scott Baio was dead. I thought he endorsed Trump and then died shortly after.
Scott Baio is currently on Good Morning America as we speak, and I've actually been pulling audio of what he has to say to defend himself. Check it out.
What happened with you and Nicole when she was 14, 15, 16?
Absolutely nothing. And I find it interesting, Amy, that the moment that her first allegation that we had sex when she was 17, which is not true, as soon as that was proven to be 100% false, she comes up with a news story where something happened once a week for years.
All right. And when she said, when he said that she should press charges, file a police report, she responded, "Be careful what you wish for." So we'll keep on letting you know what's happening with that story.
I can't believe people care what Scott Baio has to say in 2018.
Well, he's really vehemently denying this, and he's actually doing press and everything to try to,
I guess, clear his name.
All right. Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club. Every weekday morning. Tune in